Helena Jefferson Spooler, one of the new voting lay members of the schismatic Schism on Schismality, aka the Synod on Synodality of His Holiness Pope Francis. Spooler is a Catholic feminist who is promoting queer feminism, women's ordination, all the great check boxes that the Marxists love these days, the latest fad, the latest ideology. And it's interesting to note that the block on women's ordination, Ordinatio Sacerdotalis, by John Paul II, is argued by theologian of the Magisterium John Joy that this pronouncement is actually infallible, because John Paul II says that this sententiam must be held. It says, we declare in Latin, this sententiam must be held definitively by all the faithful. In any case, one simply cannot ordain a woman, because a woman is not a valid matter for the sacrament itself. And what we see in our crisis today, we see something very interesting. We see sort of everything that you might expect to see if, one, the church herself is the mystical body of Christ, the true church, and the church itself is infallible. But what if, two, all the enemies of Christ took over that church, took over the Vatican, took over all the levels of power, and they started to pull all the strings and pull all the levers? Well, Christ himself prevents that church from defining anything that is technically in error. And so what all the enemies of Christ can do, all they can do is promulgate ambiguity. Promulgate ambiguity, which is sort of a contradiction itself. So all they can really do is they can attempt to allow women's ordination, but they wouldn't be able to do it. God would prevent it from being definitive. God would prevent it from being a true decree of Holy Mother Church.